Hey there, and welcome to the A.D.K. Rock and Metal Network. I am Dave Does, and joining me today is the wonderful Andy Edwards from Nomadic Rain. And we have the lead editor, writer himself, Kirk from Scream, Blast, Repeat. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Cook a chumpet, lovely. Right.
What are you drinking?
We've got Guinness here on. I don't know what accent that was. That was a weird combination.
You're trying to go northern.
I've got tea, my favourite My Dying Bride mug.
Oh, lovely. What we're doing today, we are looking at Speed of Light. We've done a couple of songs of theirs. We did Shuffle and we've done Teeth. This is from the Jam in a Van series, and we've got two more songs from this particular format. And this is the format where they are basically set up like a live gig, but there is no crowd there, so you get to hear all of the audio in a live surrounding, but it's nice, crisp, it's clean, and you get to see a little performance, but there's no actual audience there. But it's kind of cool. Today we are going to be checking out a song called Pain on a Chain. We're going to watch it all the way through, and we're going to give you our thoughts and feelings about it at the end. Let's check it out.
This next one's called Pain on a Chain. Got something bad inside of me. Think they wanna get out. Thousand voices screaming. They're all a part of me now. Won't let them out of me. No, they ain't getting free. Can't stop a bad thing from happening. Can't stop a bad thing from happening. Pain on chain. I've got this pain on chain. I've got this pain on chain. I've got this pain on chain. I'll carry them inside of me. Save you from the sin. They made a home inside of me, but they ain't getting free. Won't let them out of me. No, they ain't getting free. Can't stop a bad thing from happening. Can't stop a bad thing from happening. This pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain. Got a name to get it out of me. Think got a name to get it out of me. I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain. Oh, I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain. I've got this pain on a chain.
Okay. Wasn't what I was expecting. I got told these were going to be the heavier ones, but that felt much lighter in comparison. That, yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts on that. But I'm going to go to Kirk first.
Yeah, to me, the obvious comparison, and I don't think I'm being lazy here, is Hull. Live Through This, 1994, that album that they released, which unfortunately came out just after Kurt Cobain's death. The actual song, the drum beat, reminded me of "Start" by The Jam, which is a lift from a Beatles song. I can't remember what it's called. Dun 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 dun. It just needed that bass line. It would have been identical. Yeah, it had a bit of a slacker feel to it, didn't it? You know, in the verse parts, because you've got this quite a racy drum beat going on, and then he's just fretting the fifth chords.
You call it slacker, I call it lazy, Phil. To be honest.
Well, yeah, in clean mode, and that's the type of thing you'd hear from Beck in the mid-90s, which is good, don't get me wrong, but very much Generation X type approach to rock music until the chorus, which I didn't actually enjoy the first time round because they were so abrasive, the vocals, and it's like she was deliberately trying to go out of key as well to bring in that integrity side to show that there's a combustible emotion coming through. But I enjoyed it the second time round, and that's probably the best part of the song, the fact that I didn't instinctively like something, and then when it came up again I got into it. I just think the guitars could have been louder in the chorus as well. You know, when you've got someone aggressively screaming down the microphone there, and the guitars were a bit sedate, weren't they? A bit lightweight. And bear in mind that this is a live performance. The volume levels need to come up there. But a good performance from the drummer. They didn't really know what to do in the mid-late, did they? It was like, well, did we do a guitar solo? Okay, let's bring the dynamics down. And you know that they're going to go back up again for the chorus. I think Riley, again, it's clear that she's going to be the focal point of the song. I didn't really hear the bass in the mix much either, even though she's playing it with a plectrum. But I probably wasn't paying enough attention there. But probably a bit too one-dimensional for me, the structure of it and predictability.
Andy, any thoughts?
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on in there, and the only reference I can make is, because I haven't got the vast range of not musical knowledge as Kirk has, but I thought at times, especially the sort of early choruses, it was L7, that was my comparison, but I can hear Beck and Hull from what I know of those two artists, those two bands. The first time the backing the guitarist sort of joined in on the backing vocals, they were in sync and you couldn't hear him at all. Later on in the song, they're going back and forth, and that worked a lot better. He's switching from, he's hitting the pedals, he's going from clean to overdriven and back to clean throughout the song, just to vary up a bit, which was good. Like you, Dave, I was sort of a bit missold with the fact that this is one of the heavier ones. Yeah. But the chorus did have that sort of punk element to it, in the delivery and the vocals that she was displaying. Because early on, the first couple of choruses were good. They had that sort of punk-esque kind of delivery and sort of, power. Towards the end, it sounded like she was getting very, very strained. Maybe that was the part that you think she was deliberately singing out of key, but she sounded strained and struggling at that point in the song. But it's indie rock at the beginning, and then there's a bit more metal or hard rock or heavy rock in the choruses, but probably the least favourite of the ones we've done so far. Maybe I don't know, finding it less hard to get into bands like this, but that's kind of as positive I can get. It wasn't terrible, but it's not something I'd ever listen to again, particularly that track from the band.
I mean, for me, to wrap this up from my point of view, I really struggled to enjoy this particular track. And there's a few reasons behind that. Is the saving grace of it is Riley on vocals, the intensity of what she did, I liked. Everything else on the song I didn't. Guitar-wise, at the beginning, it's a Nirvana riff. I'm not sure if I don't know Nirvana enough, but I do know that I've heard that riff. It's and then all we've done is change the last chord. It's either lithium or something like that. And I'm like going, okay, so you've done grunge and you're doing a lithium thing, and then coming into the chorus, you've got the guitarist doing some vocals that with no intensity whatsoever. It's not adding anything, and if anything, it's a distraction to what Riley's doing. So he's trying to give you like this attitude bit, but he's kind of singing it. I'm like, this is what happens where it feels like a song that's been written and rushed to the stage to perform, and not actually spent any time going through it, going, well, what's really cool about this and what's working. And to be honest, in the back in the days, that's what you do. You'd write something, you'd take it out and test it on the road. You'd see what works, see what doesn't. But in this day and age, you can't do that. You can't just test the song because now it's immortalized. And this is not a song I would take out and go, guys, Speed of Light, you've got to check this band out. Check this song out. Because you're not going to pull anyone in with this song. It by far was the weakest out of it because it doesn't feel like a polished song. It feels like it's 50% of where it needs to be. The vocals on the chorus, she's got this great intensity, and I like that. But again, once you've done it once, where else are you going to go? What else are you going to give me? And there wasn't anything else to give me on the rest of the song. So I kind of left it going, okay, that's over. I'll never have to watch that or listen to that again, which is good. But I'll quite happily go back and listen to Teeth. Because that had the intensity, but it had some. You could hear the influences, but the song felt complete. It felt like it was finished. This just felt like they had some ideas. They were showing their influences. They were using the Nirvana riffs. They were doing the whole attitude bit. They're doing their L7, but none of that felt like it was them. It felt like they were just trying to do something that sounded like someone else, which is why I think it's a disappointing song overall. And I know the person that asked us to review this is not going to be happy with my commentary on it, but I genuinely feel that way. Whereas, and when we are comparing all these other bands, when we talk about family bands, when we talked about The Warning and Motion Device, etc., there have been, I'm bound to be songs at some other point, and there'll be songs that we've all done, whether it's Nomadic Rain, whether it's Telescribe and stuff, where I'm sure the songs we've done in the rehearsal studio, if we had rushed them to the stage, yeah, we'd probably watch back at that a year later and go, well, why the hell did we do that? We should have thought those through a bit more, and maybe those vocal lines weren't right or whatever it might be. And that's what that feels like to me, personally. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching today, and we'll see you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.